Guten Tag. I'm Brandon, and this is Katie, and welcome to the German Kitchen. Today in the German Kitchen, we'll be making German noodles, Spätzle, and beef roll. Now, we're going to start with the Spätzle first, since that's the easiest thing to do. And what you want to do is you want to set the flour so there's no hard chunks in there. And you have 2 1/4 cups of flour. For this recipe, you'll need 2 1/4 cups of flour, set it to a sifter. You'll need 1 egg, 1/4 to 3/4 cups of water, and you'll need about 1 teaspoon of salt. The steps to this recipe are you'll need salt, so previously you have salt. And then you're going to have to crack 1 egg. Always crack it in a separate bowl so you can look to see if you have any shells. No shells, good. You want to add that in. And then you're going to grab your mixing spoon. So while I'm mixing it, you're going to want to have to add a little bit of water, not all of it. You're going to want to have to add a little bit so it doesn't have the consistency of food. So can you add a little bit of water? And you want the texture of the dough to be firm but not too sticky, because sticky means gluten and you do not want gluten since it will be poached inside water and you will need to boil it. So can you add a little bit more water? Okay, you can already see how the dough is starting to form into little pea-sized balls. That's exactly what you want to do. So by adding more water, you want all the clumps to stick together. So can you add a little bit more water, please? Okay. Now you want to scrape at the bottom so you can get all the flour, because it's a waste of money and it's a waste of time if you don't have all the flour. Looks like it's not coming together enough, so you can add a little bit more water. Okay. Now, if the spoon that you're mixing with isn't working, you can always use your hand. I will use my hand. You can add a little bit more water. Now the point of mixing with your hands is because when you mix with a spoon, you're not necessarily going to get all the ingredients together. And so when you mix with your hands, you use your hands to find all the ingredients together. Like I'm doing, I'm squeezing it out and I'm pushing it back in. Looks like it still needs a little bit more water, so it's make it water. Okay, so after the dough is mixed, you're going to want to put it on a flour surface so you can roll it out. So grab a little bit of flour like this and put it on the countertop. You're going to want to put it like this. And you're going to need a rolling pin because you can't flatten out. And so it doesn't stick to the roller pin, since it's a little bit of sticky dough, you're going to want to go like this and coat the flour. Or coat the rolling pin with flour. Okay. Let's go right here. Coat the flour. This is the cool part of making flour. Here. Roll it out. So what you want to do when you're rolling is make sure it doesn't stick to the rolling pin, because when you stick to the rolling pin, it's going to hold up the dough. You don't want that because then your spot will be too big. So after you've rolled out your dough, what you want to do is you want to cut it into strips about this big, and then you're going to separate it into thirds like this. Now, the width is about the size of the first segment on a baby finger, and it's not paper thin, but it's very thin. So this is exactly what a strip is supposed to look like, because Katie did an awesome job of cutting it. And it'll go in to boiling water for about 5 to 8 minutes, looking like this. Okay, now for the Spätzle, what you want to do is, since you're going to stick it in boiling water, you want to get water boiling, which we already did pre-made. And then what you want to do is you want to stick the spatula in for about 5 to 8 minutes. So after the spatula is boiled in the water for about 5 to 8 minutes, you're going to want to put it into the sink. After you're done draining it, you're going to want to get a quarter of a stick of butter. You're going to want to drain that over that. And then you want to grab your fork, you want to mix it around. Because bland spatula does not taste good at all. Part of this recipe is the beef roll-ups. So what you want to do is you want to get the beef and to tenderize it, grab a rolling pin. Since we are inside Miss Crumb's kitchen, she doesn't have a meat tenderizer, so you have to use the rolling pin. Right? And then you do the same with the other. Okay, so the ingredients you need for the beef roll-up is bacon, about 3 slices cut into bite-sized pieces, and then you're going to need 2 onions, and then you're going to need 1 full carrot, chopped. You're going to need a handful of parsley, and you're going to want to wash this, and then you're going to need a salt and pepper mixture. After you tenderize the beef, you have 2 onions right here. You want to grab half. So use it by handful. But you want more than half inside here is because you're going to lay this and cook the beef on this. So you're going to put the onions in here. And you want to make sure your skillet is hot enough so when you drop them in, it instantly cooks. And you're going to add your bacon. Now you don't need to add oil to this, it's because there's enough oil inside the bacon, and so when you cook it inside the pan, it will already fry. And then you're going to add your parsley, drop that in. So after you sauteed your bacon, parsley, and onion mixture, what you want to do is you want to scoop some of this inside here, spread it around. Scoop it, and then you want to spread it around like this. And then after you've done that, you do this, and you want to grab your salt and pepper mixture, and you grab your beef roll-ups, and you want to lightly take the flour, and lightly cook it. Now the reason why we're doing this is because we're actually going to brown the beef first before we stick it inside. Okay, so after you have your beef lightly floured, you're going to want to melt some butter. About a quarter of a stick inside of a pan because you're going to be sauteing butter. What you want to do is you want to brown it. So you're going to grab one of your tongs. Butter like this. After you brown the beef, what you want to do is you want to throw the rest of your onions inside there. We've added our beef broth, and what you want to do is turn it from high heat to low heat. And then the brown roll-ups that you made, take out the toothpick. I put toothpicks in them to keep them together. Because if you use toothpicks, you die. So then what you want to do is you want to take the ground beef, and you actually want to put it on top of that. You want to grab a lid, put it on there, make sure it's on low heat. So 1 hour, 2 hours later, this should be a finished product. This is the final product. We've mixed our spatula in, and now we're going to have the taste test. This is for the bite. Good cooking show. This has been a journey as much as it's been for you and me. I hope your German dishes turn out extremely well, and I hope you can serve them at the next family gathering. This has been German Kitchen with Frank Aaron.